Scorpio Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless work, career, and vocation reading. I am your reader, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Joining the Circle Productions since 1998. Author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle. There's a link in the description box and you can preview it for free and see the dedication to my mom, which still chokes me up every time I read it. Oh yeah, there's something else. Oh yeah, I'm on Patreon, patreon.com/Join the Circle, and since we're doing a work, career, vocation reading, I have no problem saying it is the best career move I have made to date, and very thrilled about it. Humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses, go check it out. So many benefits given there over on Patreon. Why? Because I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey, look, you gotta keep your job fun, right? So, hi, let's get up in this gig. If you're new to this channel, it's a 12-card spread we're going to do. Technically, what's called the 3 levels of power spread. There's a link in the description box in a section just for videos relating to work, career, vocation stuff from Carolyn Myss. That's spelled M-Y-S-S. She is a PhD. These are her archetype cards. Author of Sacred Contracts, Anatomy of the Spirit, Entering the Castle, on and on and on. She's been huge for me. So if you want a little bit more about the 3 levels of power, 3 archetypal lenses that you can look at any area of your life in this case, we're looking at life purpose through how you survive, how you create, and the visions that you get. Literal, personal, symbolic level of power. There are chakras involved. There's a lot. So let's just do this. It is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. You want a private read? I just did a work, career, vocation read for somebody earlier today. Well, technically it was more about work, right? You can focus on any of them. And there is a link in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal, a YouTube video explains it all for you. Just like Clarissa, Nickelodeon, Sabrina, one Sabrina at least. And also you might want to check your other signs, because I am a Virgo sun sign, so that tends to look at work in the world, earth sign. My moon sign tends to be a little bit more connected to my vocation, my spiritual calling, the intuitive, mystical part, and certainly my Leo rising could be really about the career. So check them out. We'll see what hits the table. Other than that, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. And I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace, because on a serious note, there's enough going on planet Earth. War in Ukraine. At the time of this recording, this is a timeless read. You could be watching this years from now, right? Roe versus Wade still in the balance. Who knows what's going to happen there? School shooting seems like happening every day. Corruption being exposed left, right, and center. So here's the tea, the shade, and possibly some pink lemonade. The more you fulfill your divine purpose, the things get better in this world. The alchemy from lead to gold, power to peace, toxic to healing. Enough. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Yeah, here we go. I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine. The angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of work, career, and vocation, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Help us clear. Help us get some clarity, guidance, and grace for the Scorpio Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, because the more they're fulfilling their divine plan, the more there is purpose for this planet to move in a healthier direction. So we're going to put them down, work, career, vocation, but we're going to read them, vocation, career, work. What's the 8th chakra dominant archetype in their work, affecting all the other chakras, literal level of power, survival in the physical world, their work. For their career, their hunger, their thirst, their passion, really heart, third eye crown, dominant here, the personal level of power, mental, emotional, spiritual, willpower, all of that. What's going on in their creativity, right? Their creative intuition, their career. And 8th chakra dominant, what's the 8th chakra of their vocation, their higher calling, their spiritual power, their mystical power. to help them bring all of this into alignment for the Scorpio collective. Let's see what you got. These are already in the title. You know them before I do in some weird timey-wimey wibbly-wobbly way. And oh my goodness gracious, what a combo we have. Like I said, we lay them down left to right, but we read them right to left. You've got the victim archetype in your calling, your vocation. We'll talk about that. That is a survival family archetype. Every single human being has the victim-victor archetype. We'll come back to that. In your career, you've got the rescuer, a healing family archetype, and get ready, the exorcist in your work, which is also the shaman, the shadow worker. It's a long story. I would definitely put this square in the divine family of archetypes, but it may also have some aspects of wild card, which is another family, as well as wisdom. Family. A lot of archetypes do cross over. A little toe in this one, a little toe in that one. So let's talk about the victim. These archetype cards are the most cards we actually discuss in these readings because they set the pattern for everything else, the skeleton, if you will. So the victim-victor archetype is one of 4 survival family archetypes that everybody has because it's how we learn how to survive. These are lifelong. They start when we're babies and they keep going for the rest of your life. The victim-victor, they're neutral, victim and victory, right, is all about self-esteem and boundaries, which you need to survive. Like learning how to cross streets correctly is a boundary issue so you don't get hit. The shadow is what you're shooting for to heal in your life purpose. This is huge. The light is what you're shooting for. The shadow attribute, playing the victim for positive feedback in the form of pity. People do it. I've done it. I don't do it that much anymore. But here's the really important one for Scorpios: inability to maintain personal boundaries. And sometimes that can be personal boundary, particularly in your calling. It's like, no, I'm here to uplift and enlighten. And let's say a job, a work situation is asking you to demean people and rob and steal. Put them down rather than lift them up. That's just one example. Because here's the light attribute you're shooting for. Prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Or as Carolyn Myss once said it, yeah, you're in therapy because of people, but guaranteed then there are people in therapy because of you. She said it, I didn't, and you know what? She's right. Probably. So interesting. In your career, this is your creative intuition, second level of power, right? That which lights you up, which feeds you, right? Your hunger, your passion, your thirst, your creative intuition. This is visionary intuition, creative intuition, survival intuition. The rescuer I don't have. There are only like 5 or 6 healing archetypes in the healing family of archetypes. The shadow attribute assumes that the rescued will reciprocate, keeps the rescued one needy. No bueno. The light attribute provides strength and support to others in crisis. Acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And for a career, that's a beautiful thing. But I will tell you, that is give a man a fish. I am teach a man to fish. That's, well, person. Let's keep it gender neutral, shall we? So there's a huge opportunity for healing in you, but are you the rescuer or the rescued? Interesting play on words going on there. But now let's talk about the shaman. Each of these readings usually has leverage in it. One of the 3 has leverage, and I usually get a sense early on which one it is, and it feels like this is the one. You ready? The shadow attribute of the shaman, fear of facing your own demons. This is a shadow work archetype. That's what shamans do. That's what exorcists do. They embrace the shadow. They face it. They face it, they trace it, and they erase it. Stuart Smalley White courtesy telephone. I mean, The Exorcist is more than, pea soup and bouncing beds. Oh, I saw that movie way too young. I can't watch it now, still to this day. No thanks. Taught me how to pray. I saw it at like age 6 or something ridiculous. Thanks, Dad. So this could very much be freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses in the light here in the world. Very powerful. Now, once you get the dynamics of that even just a little bit, understand that's the satellite beaming down to the rest of the chakras, the program, the signal, changes your electromagnetic dynamics in every chakra, what you attract and what you repel, in order for the soul to take its journey of healing and empowerment and fulfilling its mission here. The personality can be okay with that, but the ego fucking hates it, so cope. We all have that. All right, like I said, that's the most we're talking about any one particular card. Daughters of the Moon Tarot will be the feminine energy, the next 4 chakras down. Spiritual power, mental power, willpower, choices, decisions, and emotional power. The Yin, the Mythic Tarot will come after that with the lower 3 chakras, the masculine. Please take a nice deep breath. I just felt a head bonky on my ankle from a kitty cat. Must be Melchior. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my goddesses of water, the sign of Scorpio, powers of the West. Something stuck in their throat, something stuck in their throat chakra there. What's going on, heart, third eye, crown, for the Scorpio collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign in their work, career, and vocation? We'll turn them over one at a time, but then we're going to start from the top and work down. In the Exorcist, in their work, what's going on behind the scenes there? Well, appraisal, 8 of Pentacles on the inner, assessing what wisdom you've gained already. 7 of Pentacles, sorry. It's not exactly Rider-Waite artwork, but it is 7 of Pentacles. In their career, my goddesses, the rescuer, now really acts out of love with no expectation of reward. There's got to be some heart chakra vibe in there. What's going on for the Scorpios in their career? Temperance. We'll talk about that. Just to say right now, though, like this is definitely element of Earth. That's about internal wisdom. Maybe any of the chakras individually, maybe a combo. Major Arcana, it's all 4 at once. You are in a time of alchemy, temperance, patience, and balance. And this one, I think, is really key. How they survive, a survival archetype in their life calling, in their vocation. What's going on there? Underneath the victim. Victor, 10 of Cups, ecstasy, yeah. Got it. Okay, so the victim Victor really does need clear, healthy boundaries. Now, the plus side is you're a Scorpio. So not letting people know that you are lit up emotionally on the inside. Inanna's House of Heaven, which, by the way, connects directly to the shaman archetype in your work. Inanna and Ereshkigal. Go Google the myth. It is all about going into the underworld. And Ereshkigal is her sister, but it's also Inanna's sister, but it's also her shadow self. So that's, I'm going to say, a double whammy. Here's your opposite sign in cat form, my Taurus cat Melchior, who is a camera hog, and why wouldn't he? He's just like his mama, ain't that right? Lay down, sweetheart, I love you. He's my ultra shedder. He sheds quite a bit. So look, I'm going to tell you, the leverage might very well be in your work, because you're appraising whether or not to deal with these, how to deal with any destructive impulses going on here, because you don't want to victimize anybody, nor do you want to be victimized. Who does? That's a guess that I think is going to always apply. Some people want to victimize others, but I'm not getting that. Your life path, your calling right now is very much about protecting your ecstatic joy, ecstasy, bliss, heart chakra vibarino going on there. Follow your heart, but check the facts, said the Virgo. Check the deets. In your career, you are tempering. Now look, temperance is a beautiful card. It's about healing and balance and all of that, but it is also an alchemical process. Alchemy and temperance take the same 3 ingredients into consideration: heat, time, and pressure. When you temper a piece of metal, rusty, dusty something or other, right? You heat it up to white hot and then douse it in motor oil to make it unbreakable. Tempered steel, right? Tempering eggs. Unless you want scrambled eggs in your mousse, you gotta learn how to temper those eggs by adding the warmer liquid to the colder liquid slowly. Time, heat, pressure. Wow, you're alchemizing this in your career. So be careful of who you rescue. And if, someone needs rescuing, I get emergency reading calls, not every day, but close enough. And I can tell when it's really an emergency in my energy field. And I have to keep an eye on my vibe to pull off everything that needs to get done. I am a president of a company, right? So I get that, keeping yourself in internal balance. And sometimes we do need to rescue ourselves. In your work, you are appraising the situation. Everything you've been through in your work situation, all of that wisdom is stored inside of you. It's in your cell tissue. So you don't have to overthink this. Like, what's the element missing here so far? The element of air. We've got spirit, we've got water, we've got earth, no fire yet either. We'll see in the next 3 cards down, certainly, what's going on the outer. But this is really about doing the shadow work. And appraisal is different than analysis. Appraisal assigns value. Is it worth it? Here we have a farmer planted a sunflower seed. She's looking at that crop. She's like, do I raise it to the ground and salt the earth? Do I take half of them and sell? Do I eat half? Do I want to How valuable was the yield of the seed planted? Now, do understand if you have a fear of facing your demons. Well, if I do that, I might be out of a job. Valid. But with this protecting your joy in your life path, I don't know, you're a water sign. This feels pretty dominant. Lower 3 chakras, the masculine energy, how it comes out of you, right? Yin, yang, feminine, masculine. I could do that all day, I won't. Lower 3 chakras are also about relationships. Root chakra is tribes, groups, circles of friends, your nationality, your political affiliation, your favorite ball team, your favorite band that you associate with any group of 3 or more people. Start writing down how many of them you got. You'd be shocked how many you belong to. Second chakra is one-on-one relationship to another person or thing. Money, sex, power, very much the work, career, vocation, vibe-areno. Solar plexus is your relationship to yourself in the world, your honor code, your boundaries, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. Your self-esteem, your intuition that only you get. That's why self-esteem and intuition are double sides of the same coin. Corn? When was the last time I had corn? Coin. Please take a nice deep breath. It's Monday, folks, at the time of this recording, and Mercury just went direct yesterday. Please take a nice deep breath. Halfway through. Still point. As I call upon my gods of water, something stuck in their craw. I can feel it. You want to speak up. You want to speak up. You want to say something, but you don't dare. There's some demons to be dealt. Wow. I will pause this video. Are we good? Yeah, sometimes I just need to speak it. My gods of water, sign of Scorpio, powers of the West, lower 3 chakras, as well as them from the outside looking in at themselves, them from the inside looking out at some people, places, things. Exorcist in their work. Appraisal on the inner, 7 of Pentacles. What's going on the outer? The Virgo card called the Knight of Pentacles, mutable earth, the slowest moving knight. Mutable earth. Virgo is the speed of riding a horse that is called walk. Pisces, mutable water, trot. Yeah. Sagittarius, mutable fire, Cancer, gotta make sure I get that right, and Gemini, of course, mutable air, gallop. This is walking. There are beehives in the background. Beehives are not created overnight, nor is honey made instantly. So this is something that you can really keep an eye on the details. 6th house dynamic, Virgo. I am a Virgo. I know a bit more about that sign than the rest of the others as a result. 6th house dynamic, health and occupation. What you're occupied with affects your health, and your health affects what you are occupied. So in terms of worth here, in terms of your occupation, how is it affecting your health? It feels like that's what you're appraising, but there are some demons to be dealt with. I just interpreted that completely. Oh, let's put the Magician then popped out for your career. I rarely take jumpers. But the Magician on the outside with Temperance on the inside with the Rescuer, when it is a Major Arcana card, lower 3 chakras, it's all 3 at once. This is about alignment, initiation. But you're coming into that alchemical balance first. You're getting stronger. Remember, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger, but you're an immortal soul, so nothing kills you. Bodies come and go. What, do you want to drive the same car forever? Well, my first car was a red Jeep Wrangler, 1984 red Jeep Wrangler, white cloth top. I loved that. But, you know, Lord knows where it is now. It doesn't keep in touch. It's just a Wrangler, Jack Wrangler. Some of you will get that reference. Don't Google it. Let's look at your vocation here with the Victim in the 8th. My gods, please. Ecstasy on the inner. 10 of Cups. It's like my true love card. This could totally be about mystical experience and protecting that from the rest of the world. Lower 3 chakras. Ace of Cups. You are being offered an opportunity that really speaks to your life calling. Let's put these together before we put them last 3 cards on the table. So we're looking at somebody looking at their self-esteem, their boundaries, in terms of life purpose, their true calling in life, at least for now. It can change over time. With this heart open, cups overflowing, maybe at home, maybe in prayer or meditation, and as a result, you're getting another cup offered to you, or you are offering that seed of love. Aphrodite, sweet and flighty, pictured with or without her see-through nightie, because it's a god. It's a goddess. It could be invisible. We wouldn't know. I'm sure it doesn't give much protection, but then again, divine beings, what are you going to do? And honestly, the connection between Aphrodite and Inanna. This is a very emotional reading, obviously, with the amount of water in it so far. But also delightful. I do still feel like your leverage is going to be in your work about what you appraise this situation to be, and is it in alignment with your life calling, your spirit, right? And it feels like you're going to have to do that alchemy to bring that into balance. Thankfully, we're not done. Last 3 cards, the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. Look, on a side note, I cannot recommend his work enough. Yeah, he's West Coast. He's a Hay House author. He's sweet. He's lovely. He's a genius. But, you know, I don't like kale, and he eats it every day, apparently. So there are some differences just to show that truth is truth no matter where it's coming from. I adore him. Haven't met him. Don't know if I'm gonna. So, 1 for each. These will help you bring work, career, and vocation into alignment individually, but you work all 3 of them together as a paragraph of power. You're cooking with gas or electric as you're set up for. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the Ascended Masters of Life Purpose through the archetypal lenses of work, career, vocation for the Scorpio Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, what is the perfect healing mantra to help them face their inner demons, right? Help heal. Let's get those words right. Come here. Freeing themselves and others of destructive impulses like burning down the village through a time of appraisal on the inner. While, you know, Virgo's about an analysis too. Slow and steady wins the race. What's their perfect healing mantra? Anchoring the light. The light is always within me. Makes sense about the shadow work here. Pretty sure that's your leverage. And I love that it's the Exorcist with a very high spiritual unity vibe, anchoring the light while at work. So it's an interesting combo of spirit and earth. My Ascended Masters, the Ascended Masters in their career, Rescuer in the 8th, Temperance on the inner, the Magician on the outer. This is really where their creativity is going to come into play. Overcoming fear, I will transcend every loss. Loss and gain. Loss and gain. Sorry, it's a Mel Brooks reference. Cope. Cisco Kid? Yeah, Cisco Kid. That, you know, it's part of the process. It's spring, summer, winter, fall. There is no gain without loss. There is no loss without gain. Erosion and renewal, the waxing and the waning, it's all part of it. And of course, you cannot have a thought of lack without fear or a thought of fear without lack. That's how it works. That's Course in Miracles for you. I told you I'm an eclectic witch, didn't I? I'll take truth and wisdom wherever I find it. Thank you very much. So yeah, that might be what loss is here, or what losses have you been through in your career that would make this a real challenge, particularly if you're assuming that the rescued will reciprocate. That's an easy way to get disappointed, right? Assuming anything. Don Miguel Ruiz, white courtesy telephone, please. And in their vocation, granted, very powerful. They've got the victim-victor survival archetype in the 8th, 10 of cups on the inner. That is worth protecting from any toxic situations, but they still need to do their own shadow work there. Inanna's House of Heaven on the inner, Ace of Cups on the outer. New spiritual opportunity of love coming to them. Their perfect healing mantra is awakening inspired action. There's only what life is asking of me. We are going to take these, we're going to unpack these. No bookie books. These readings are long enough. So in your vocation, you are awakening inspired action, because there's your way and then there's life's way. Guess who's gonna win? Please, I'm a Virgo. I can micro-schedule my day down to the minute. It never works out that way, because there's only what life is asking of me. This morning I woke up to a message that a friend of mine had a heart attack. We're in our 50s. Got it. And, you know, we've been chatting back and forth a little bit here and there over the past couple of days. This was out of nowhere. Changed my schedule, to say the least. You with me? Yeah. So there's only what life is asking of you. So you don't have to worry so much about this one. Just make sure that your boundaries are in place, right? Protecting prevents you from letting yourself be victimized or victimizing others. Maybe not by sharing with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every Tom, Harry, and Dick. Kiss me, Kate. What's going on inside of you? No. Only what life is asking of you. And Scorpio, oftentimes, life asks you to keep it to yourself, because that's what you guys do. I've dated enough of you. I know. In your career here, makes a lot of sense that you would be alchemizing fear. You would be looking at the losses that you've had and overcoming them in terms of your personal passion. I mean, how many people have had to temporarily, hopefully only temporary, give up what feeds them in order to work a job that might be toxic, but do understand what they're learning in that job, if this applies to you, is only going to fuel the fire of the temperance, and you will transcend every loss, because we always do. I mean, I don't know, apparently I had something to do with the sinking of Atlantis. Now, I don't think directly, I was probably just a messenger. Don't shoot the messenger, right? But that's a loss, right? Some of us still carry that if you want to go there, timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, quantum time is all one, right? And we're going through Atlantis again, symbolically, archetypally on planet Earth, just like they did when Rome fell and all the rest of them, right? It's just an archetypal thing we go through, often called Armageddon, which is a mountain, Megiddo. Watch Good Omens, read the book first. Well, watch Good Omens, then read the book. You're less disappointed, although they did a great job. Terry Pratchett, Terry Pratchett, Terry Pratchett. So you will overcome the fear here, and that allows you to start that new beginning with the Magician nice and clean. In your work, however, that Exorcist, appraisal on the inner, slow and steady on the outer. The light is always within me. I think you're being sent in as a covert light worker. Like, I don't know what the situation is, but destructive impulses are everywhere right now. And let's not put the destructive part too much in the shadow, shall we? Because your stomach acids are really important to destroy the protein lining so that your body can absorb the nutrients within the cells of the food you eat. It's all part of that cycle that we've got here. So to simplify, in your work, You are anchoring the light. In your career, you're overcoming fear. And in your vocation, what could be better? You're awakening inspired action, and I would say very heart-open inspired action. But the mantras to heal your vocation: there's only what life is asking me. Career, I will transcend every loss. Work, the light is always within me. You put those three together in any order. Every day, a little bit, bit by bit by bit. These will come into alignment, but I'm going to say, this is your leverage. You do you. So what's going to happen now is the fun part. I'm going to put, like, that wasn't fun. For me it was. I hope it was for you. I'm going to do a summation, put it all together. I let the guides do it through me with a blessing at the end. And then we'll chat for a little bit where I let go of the Scorpio energy by letting the goofy loose. Set the pigeons loose. Set the scorpions loose. However we do these blessings for real. Torch Ariel. Check out my Instagram. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. Say it through me. Confer this blessing. As I call upon the collective pantheons of the divine for the Scorpio collective sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, may they be blessed with all that they need in their work, career, vocation, so that in their vocation they can be prevented from letting themselves be victimized or victimizing others, and protecting that wellspring, that Inanna's house of heaven, that 10 of cups, that overflowing, joyful, ecstatic heart on the inner, while a new opportunity for emotional growth, the seed of happiness, the Ace of Cups, presents itself to them, or they are giving that while they awaken inspired action, because there's only what life is asking of them. And in their career, may they provide strength and support to others in crisis and act out of love with no expectation of reward. We can see that lining up there, but that is going to take some heart, third eye crown, temperance. They're gonna have to deal with alchemizing the fear to lead, the fear to lead, the fear to love, the lead to gold, the shadow to light, the pain to peace. With the Magician on the outer, this is a big part of their creativity. This is big about bringing things into physical form, from the 8th chakra all the way down into the root. First card of the major tarot, the Fool, is 0. It has no number, therefore it can't be the first or the last. It's the world in between, while they overcome fear in this process, because they will transcend every loss. And in their work, may they free themselves and others of destructive impulses, and appraising the situation moment by moment, day by day as they go, walking rather than trotting, cantering, or galloping, with that Virgo, slow and steady wins the race, mutable earth, being flexible, while they, it feels like, covertly anchor the light, because the light is always within them. And may their work, career, vocation be truly aligned under grace and in perfect ways, that they fulfill their role in the divine plan by fulfilling their life purpose, helping everyone on planet Earth through the quantum unity of it all. That as they heal, we all heal, and as they succeed, we all succeed, and as they create, we are all touched by that open-hearted ecstasy flowing through them, from their vocation into their career and filtering down into their work, transforming this world and anchoring paradise planet Earth for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be, and so it is. I love that music, and it's a good read. So did you like it? I like it. Hit the thumbs up. Help the Scorpios find the read and help heal this world. And if you want more of me on YouTube, I don't know, subscribe. People are doing it. I love it when people subscribe, but I'm getting over it when they don't. And certainly if you want to go deeper, if you want a bit more of the edgier, deeper magic, miracles, and mysticism, then by all means, come Patreon on Patreon. Humans, heroes, angels, witches, immortals, gods, goddesses are my tiers at the time of this, not these tiers, TIERS of subscriptions, and I love it over there. I said, best career move I ever made. I am, after all, a mystical artist, sort of like Doctor Strange, but think his gay younger brother, Scotty Strange, and Strange. Oh, I always forget to do that. So thank you so much for watching. I love you. If you want a private read, you know how to do that. Booking a reading with Mel. The video explains it all for you. Thank you, Melissa Joan Hart and Nickelodeon, for that reference. Otherwise, seriously, hang in there. I love you. Reach out. Reach out. Keep it silent, but reach out as needed. I'm here. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed of your work, career, and vocation, my beautiful 8th housers. Hail. Farewell. And blessed be.